Hello students, welcome again to my third video of the series that I am recording on basics of computer science. So in this video we will be talking about different types of software. Types of software. So before going to that, let us discuss the computer. So this is a personal computer. So here we have keyboard and display and we have the CPU. So here when we turn on the computer, we see some icons on the screen, and when we want anything to open, suppose we want to play a song, then we open software, suppose Windows Media Player or any other media player software, or we want to browse internet, so we want browser, so browser software icon is there. Like that there are PDF reader. So there are so many softwares, already know, you have been using softwares, you have been using apps on your phone like that. So these softwares we call application software. Application software. So why they are called application software, we'll come to that. And one thing the softwares by the name Windows, suppose Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows 7, Windows 8. There are softwares like Linux, there are softwares like Mac OS. So these softwares are basically known as operating system. These softwares, which are the main software on the PC, is the operating system. This operating system is responsible for the management of all the things in the computer, everything that you think of, like running all these applications. It helps, operating system helps. The hardware that you are talking about, mouse, keyboard, speaker, and you are talking about display, you are talking about a computer inside components like memory, CPU, all the management is actually they all are taken care of by the operating system. So it's a huge software, and we already know the name Windows 10, 11, like that, Windows 7, Linux, Macintosh in the PC. These are the softwares in the PC. So on phone we have operating system. You already know the name, that is Android, iOS. In case of Apple iPhone, we see iOS in that phone. We have this kind of PC softwares, and we have phone or smart device software, the operating system. So here from this list we can categorize software into two different types. One is called application softwares, another is called system software. So what is system software? First of all, let us discuss about system software. So the operating system, the OS, is a part of system software. The softwares which are directly interacting with the hardware, we call those softwares system software. So OS, very important part of the PC. Suppose this is the PC. Here operating system plays a great role. What it performs? It performs the hardware management. All the hardware in the PC, from mouse, keyboard, memory, CPU, speaker, all the internal other components are managed by this operating system. Another is process management. We will come to that when we will discuss things in detail in the subsequent lectures. Process management, or you can directly say the applications or the softwares we have in our PC. To run those softwares, you have to manage the system, you have to manage the software. There we call process management. Then you have other applications like CPU management, you have memory management, then you have file management. Like what is file management? File management is you want to store anything in the computer in the form of file, so operating system will help you to write this in the hard disk or in the nowadays SSD is there. So operating system will take care of all the low level activity or machine level activity or the main activity of the system. So this is these are the different activities of operating system or functionalities of operating system. So one of the major system software component is operating system. So now let me draw one diagram which will actually help you to understand the layers available in the computer system. So it's a layered diagram, you can say. So here at the center you have hardware. In the hardware you have memory, you have CPU, you have all the hardware. So over the hardware you have operating system, which actually controls the hardware, which actually manages the hardware, which actually helps the hardware use. Then you have the application layer, application software layer. Applications software layer. Then you have the user like us. So what we do actually to do anything in the computer, what we do, see, we know that the task will be performed by the hardware. Okay, so how to reach to the hardware? Only operating system is allowed to talk to the hardware. So how can you as user, suppose you want to do 2 plus 3, how can you make the hardware work? Because you know the hardware, the CPU will perform this operation, because only the CPU can do it as a part of hardware. So what you have to do, you have to take help of any application, suppose a calculator software. You send this information to this calculator software, and this calculator software will in turn communicate with the operating system services, this OS services. It will talk to the OS layer. OS will send this information to the hardware, and your work will be done, and again you will get the result back from the hardware to the operating system to the system through the application software, and the user can see the result. So this is how an user communicate with the hardware. So operating system is the intermediary between the application software and the hardware. See, it sits between the hardware and the application software, in between the operating system. So that's why I'm saying operating system is actually the manager of the whole system, and that's why you can see the size of operating system is 3 GB, 5 GB, nowadays more than that maybe. So the GB means what? It is not kind of a file or a software which is full of videos, images, that's why the size is 3 GB. It's not like that. The programs, see, programs, there are so many programs that the size becomes 3 GB or 5 GB or more than that. And application software, we talk in MBs, like 100 MBs, 50 MBs, 200 MBs, like that. So see, a software is of that size, which is full of code. Why? Because it has to perform so many applications, starting from memory management, hardware management, CPU management, then file management, security, input output device management, the process management, scheduling. All these tasks are performed by operating system itself. So there are two types of softwares in the system. One is application softwares, like the softwares you use, softwares you install in the phone, software you install in the PC, like all the application software that are important for your different purposes. So why they are called application softwares? Because they are purpose specific, they are not general purpose. Like for example, in the browser you cannot do any kind of you can say graphics designing. Okay, in the browser you cannot you can do graphic designing online, but the browser itself is not supporting, the code is not there. You cannot kind of like in Microsoft MS Word you cannot play video, kind of that, like application software, and application software is a application specific or purpose specific. Whatever you want to do, that application software will provide, but beyond that it cannot perform that task, because for that it is not built. So like PDF reader cannot do other things. So these are the specific applications which user uses, and they are smaller in size, and they take the help of operating system and they run on the machine. So how they run, there are so many things in the computer system to be discussed as a part of operating system, as a subject, as a part of that computer organization, computer architecture. There are subjects like programming, there are subjects like data structure. We'll be coming to that. There are subjects like DBMS. We'll be keep recording videos, we'll be keep discussing about the topics, we'll be creating lectures, because we need to create a repository which will help the students, those who are introduced to computer science for the first time. They become confused. Okay, so as you understood, we have application software, we have system software. What is system software? Like system softwares which are close to hardware, or they manages hardware. So there you have operating system as example, you have compiler, you have editor. Those system softwares is a part of system software. We will be discussing later. So here is a very kind of like basic way you can understand the classifications of software and the layer diagram. So hope you understood. So we'll meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.